You're walking across a massive university campus. Up on a brick wall, you spot like a blue plastic dome. It looks like a simple everyday light, but if an emergency hits, that tiny device instantly becomes the smartest piece of technology on the building. Welcome to this deep dive. Today, our mission is to examine a highly specialized piece of safety technology from the HGTV supply catalog, which is the Advanced Network Devices IPSTROBE-O Outdoor IP Strobe. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, it's one of those devices you probably walk past without a second glance.
Right, totally invisible to most of us.
Exactly. But to understand why it's so vital, we really need to look at how it's engineered to survive and, operate. I mean, we are talking about an outdoor-rated strobe secured in a severe weather-resistant enclosure, and it's shielded by that weather-protective dome you just mentioned, shipping with a very distinct blue lens.
And, because it's mounted outside in all the elements, the way it actually gets its power is incredibly specific. It relies entirely on power over Ethernet, or PoE.
Which is a huge deal for installations.
It really is. Think of it kind of like a train track. So the physical rails carry the heavy electrical power to run the engine, right?
Yeah.
While an intricate signaling system runs along the exact same path to tell the train when to stop and go, this single network cable delivers both the electrical juice and the complex data instructions at the exact same time.
Right, which gives you this massive logistical advantage. Because instead of running separate, thick power cables and, network cables all over the exterior of a brick building.
Which sounds like a total nightmare.
Oh, absolutely. But here you just have one streamlined connection. And since it uses high-efficiency LEDs, it only requires 15.4 watts for standard PoE.
Or 30.0 watts if you're using a PoE plus setup, right?
Exactly. So you get an incredibly bright, attention-grabbing flash without needing an electrician to run, like dangerous high-voltage lines.
Wait, I'm looking at these network specs, though, and this seems completely over-engineered to me.
How so?
Well, why does a flashing light need internet protocols like IPv4, IPv6, and SIP? Like, why not just wire a standard dumb light switch to a fire alarm pole?
Well, what's fascinating here is that it's all about system integration and eliminating human error. A traditional dumb switch only knows two states, right? On or off.
Right.
But an IP strobe acts as an intelligent node on your entire network. Take those SIP protocols you mentioned, the session initiation protocol.
Yeah, what does that actually do in this case?
It essentially allows the strobe light to act literally like a telephone extension on the network.
Oh, wow, I see. So if there's an active threat or severe weather event, the VoIP phone system or the third-party emergency software can essentially just call the light to turn it on.
Precisely. It's an automated, instantaneous digital command.
That is wild.
But the real magic, the actual reason facilities invest in these, is that the communication goes both ways. The strobe actually talks back to the network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you install the IPSTROBE-O, it includes this clockwise campus diagnostic software and a web GUI for administrators.
Meaning an IT administrator can sit at their desk, pull up a dashboard, and monitor the real-time status of a strobe light hanging on the side of a building, like 3 blocks away.
And that right there is the core value of this technology.
It's not just the flashing.
No, exactly. The true worth of this strobe isn't just that it flashes during a crisis, it's that it continuously pings the network 365 days a year, basically saying, I am healthy, I have power, I am ready.
Because finding out a strobe light is broken during an actual emergency is just a disaster.
In public safety, you cannot afford that. You can't just hope it works.
Right. It's proactive safety rather than reactive, which really frames the cost differently, honestly.
It really does.
Because at a price of $626.18, which is marked down from an MSRP of $732.62, it might sound steep for a light bulb.
Sure.
But when you factor in the continuous self-diagnostics and the PoE efficiency, this device is a prime example of the hidden, high-tech investments that facilities quietly make to guarantee public safety.
Yeah, we constantly rely on the assumption that the infrastructure around us is functioning properly.
Totally.
And devices like this are the exact reason that assumption is usually correct.
So the next time you walk past a commercial building or a sprawling campus, just look up. Consider how many of these silent network sentinels are constantly pinging a server right now, waiting quietly in the background to guide you to safety.